Swami Vivekananda, he says this is, we have to go a little deeper into this question of spirituality and renunciation. And he says, renounce the world, catch hold of God. What does it really mean? He, it's very interesting that how this was very meaningful and impactful in my life. This was about 21 years ago. I was a newly minted monk. I had just become a sannyasi. And I had gone off to the Himalayas. My idea was, the higher you go physically, altitude, the more spiritual you become. So I left our monastery behind and I went off to the Himalayas and I climbed up to about 9,000, 10,000 feet there. And I spent 2 months, more or less, there in meditation, prayer. I had a very good time. I really enjoyed this. It was very beneficial for my spiritual life. And I decided, this is wonderful. This is what I will do. I was on my way back and I decided I will come every year and spend 2 or 3 months in this way, as high as I can go in a cave or a hut. I didn't live in a cave, but I lived in a hut. But I met monks who lived in caves. I met a monk who lived in a hole under the ground on the bank of the river Ganga, about 10,000 feet high. I said, why are you living in a hole? There's a nice big cave there, but why don't you go and stay? We had to crawl into that hole. I and another friend, a monastic friend of mine, to meet this monk, we had to crawl into that hole on all fours. I said, why are you living like this? Why don't you live in that cave? That's a very nice cave up there. He said, I want to, but apparently there's a bear who's exercising his squatter's rights there. And the bear is kind of a bully. And that's why he lives in the hole and he can't live in the cave. So I lived like not in a hole or a cave, but in a hut. And I derived benefit from it. And I thought, this is the way to go. This is what I'm going to do from now on. And on my way back, I was in our cottage in a Himalayan center, a place called Uttar Kashi. And we monks we have to go and beg for our food and then come back to the cottage. It sounds more arduous than it really is. There, monks are given food in a particular place. You just have to line up there with your, not literally a begging bowl, but anyway, something like that. It's quite funny sometimes. You see on the bank of the Ganga, you'll see on the place where the food is given to monks, there will be a line of begging bowls. No monks around, just the begging bowls on the ground. So they have taken their place in the queue. They've kept their bowl there. Then they are sitting on the bank of the Ganga, like relaxing until the time for the food comes. But their place is secure because the begging bowl is there in queue. So I had come back. I was relaxing, reading Swami Vivekananda. And then I read, he who goes off to the Himalayas to meditate and die there has missed the way. I sat up, I still remember 21 years ago. It's literally as if he was talking about me. He has missed the way. And he who plunges into the foolishness of life, into the vanities of life, into the luxuries, into the pleasure-seeking of life, he too has missed the way. Now this is even more curious, because we think in terms of binaries. Either this world or some spiritual life. Either you're worldly or you're spiritual. What other way is there? If both are, you've missed the way, then what is there? Then what is the way? And then Vivekananda explains. The way is to divinize life itself. To see God in those around you, in the work that you do, in the things around you, in all movements of life. In fact, Vivekananda says, my mission in life can be put in a few words. It is to preach unto humanity their inner divinity and how to manifest it in every movement of life. So, whatever we are doing in life, whoever we are with, whatever objects and things surround us, to see the divinity in all of that. His master, Sri Ramakrishna, put it in even simpler terms. He who has it here, has it there too. He who does not have it here, will not have it there too. Now here and there you can put whatever, X and Y. You can put householder life and spiritual and monastic life. You can put the plains of India and the Himalayas. If you have that spiritual vision here, you'll have it everywhere. And if you do not have it here, you will have it nowhere. It is not that people cannot be spiritual in the Himalayas. Of course they can be. I have personally met, and we know of so many great saints and yogis in the mountains. It's a very spiritual place. But the point must not be misunderstood. The point is, it is a realization of something which is always available to us, which is available everywhere to us. And that constitutes spiritual realization. That one existence everywhere.
Become Swami Vivekananda's messenger. Share the video with 3 of your friends.